Chanadapi sunichena tarariva sahishnuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sadahari harinama harinamaiva kevalam kalo nastyeva gatiranyata. So, this is the best time of the year to visit this temple. This is called Ratha Yatra season. Ratha Yatra time is when this temple shines the brightest. And I encourage everyone, I put a straw in my teeth. Please make sure you attend Ratha Yatra, which will be in about 1 month from today. It will do wonders for your spiritual life. Pulling the carts, dancing in the streets, showing everyone, yes, I worship Krishna. As I've said for dozens of years, here in Los Angeles, everybody has their day. Every group has their day. Ratha Yatra is Hare Krishna Day. So dress up nicely and participate. So this month, we prepare ourselves. You should read about Lord Jagannatha. And there are 3 major events. In 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, we will have the bathing ceremony of Lord Jagannatha. Normally, only initiated brahmanas can go on the altar and do service for Lord Jagannatha. But on this day, which is called Snana Yatra, the Lord is taken down from his altar and he's placed right here in the temple room, and everyone becomes pujari. Everyone gets to bathe Lord Jagannatha. It is such a beautiful day. And then 2 weeks after that is the Ratha Yatra parade on Venice Beach. All day we'll be singing and chanting and dancing. And we'll have our whole festival site with so many booths, clothes and books, instruments, exhibits, and of course, the most important thing, prasad. Yes. We are known as the kitchen religion. So that's 2 of the festivals. Snana Yatra, the bathing, then the actual Ratha Yatra. But there's one more. Now, many years ago here, I was here, we actually did the cleansing of the temple. In Jagannath Puri on Friday, they've been doing this for hundreds of years. So let me explain a little bit. So the Ratha Yatra, the deities in Jagannath Puri, they are taken out of the temple, and each deity, huge deity, is placed on his or her own Ratha cut. And then there is a parade, and it ends at this temple called Gundicha. And Gundicha is where Lord Jagannath stays for, I think, 9 days or so. So, the day before Ratha Yatra, the temple of Gundicha is cleansed, making preparations for Lord Jagannath's arrival. So let me give you, first of all, some historical background to what is this Ratha Yatra. So 5,000 years ago, Krishna himself was here in this world, in India. Krishna performed his pastimes in Mathura, Vrindavan, Dwaraka. And when Krishna was 11 years old, he left Vrindavan and he went to Mathura to kill Kamsa. But after killing Kamsa, he then spent some time with his original parents, Vasudeva and Devaki. So he stayed in Mathura, and then at some point in Mathura, Krishna created Dwaraka, which is on the west coast. And so after some time, Krishna, he got married. And to show his humility, he only married 16,108 wives. That's all. Why? Why is that humble? Because one of Krishna's names, Ananta. Everybody say, unlimited. So if the unlimited, he should marry unlimitedly. He just married 16,108 because he wants to show he's humble. But he should marry unlimitedly. So he remained in Dwaraka for some time and never returned to his original home in Vrindavan, where he spent his first 11 years. So those residents of Vrindavan, for the rest of their lives after Krishna left, they were simply remembering him and missing him. Their love for him never waned. So at some point, there was the solar eclipse. And it just so happens, the residents of Dwaraka, headed by Krishna and his queens, they all went to Kurukshetra, which would later be the site of the famous Mahabharata war. So Krishna, his queens, his family members, they went to Kurukshetra to observe the solar eclipse. And simultaneously, the residents of Vrindavan also went there. So this was after many, many years. By this time, Krishna had grandchildren. So many years had passed. So when the meeting occurred, the reuniting, it was a very heartfelt occasion. Krishna meeting his parents, Nanda, Yashoda, and his friends. And in particular, there was a private meeting with Krishna and the gopis headed by Srimati Radharani. And there was this exchange, inference. The Krishna might have invited the residents of Vrindavan to return with him to Dwaraka. But Radharani and the gopis would refuse. No. Because when Krishna was in Kurukshetra, he was not Gopal. He was not Govinda. He was a prince, Dwarakadish. So Radharani and the gopis were looking at Krishna and thinking, but where is the Krishna with the flute? Where is the Krishna who danced with us the rasa dance, the moonlight on the banks of the Yamuna? Where is that Krishna? So the residents of Vrindavan, headed by Radharani, would refuse. No. We will return to Vrindavan and still remain in that mood of what is called vipralamba, feeling intense separation, because they wanted to see Krishna as Govinda. Everybody say, Govinda. They wanted to see the Krishna with the simple dhoti and playing the flute, the cowherd boy, Gopal. That's the Krishna they wanted. So what is Rath Yatra? So Jagannath Puri represents Kurukshetra. And the Gundicha temple represents Vrindavan. So this Rath Yatra ceremony, which has been going on for hundreds and hundreds of years, the carts are pulled by thousands of people. The 3 carts are just like we will also do that first Sunday in August. You will also get a chance to pull the carts. How many people pulled the carts have done it? Isn't it fantastic? Even if you just do for a few minutes, it's such a special feeling. So what is this Rath Yatra? You're pulling Krishna's chariot, Jagannath, his brother Balaram, and sister Subhadra, and you're pulling Krishna from Kurukshetra because the Gundicha temple represents Vrindavan. You're taking Krishna back home, back to Vrindavan. That is what Rath Yatra is. You're pulling Krishna back to Vrindavan. So as I mentioned, Friday in Jagannath Puri, they will have this Gundicha Marjana. They make the temple presentable for Krishna's arrival. Just like if your guru was to come to your home, you would make it nice and clean and make sure everything is nice. Or say Krishna was going to come to your home. You would clean everything. My wife especially, I know. She would have everything in order. So that is 500 years ago. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was doing this Rath Yatra every year, 20 years. Every year he was doing it. And his devotees who he left in Navadvip, they would travel several hundred miles and they would arrive in Jagannath Puri on that Gundicha Marjana day. And that was Lord Chaitanya's order. He told them, every year come and participate in the Gundicha Marjanam and in Rath Yatra. So keep in mind, on Rath Yatra day, what are you doing? You're pulling Krishna back to Vrindavan, meaning your heart. So when Lord Chaitanya would celebrate this Gundicha Marjanam, he would wake up early in the morning with all of his associates. He would arrange with the temple leaders, I want to cleanse the Gundicha temple, and they would say, okay, you need water pots, you need brooms, and Lord Chaitanya would lead the cleaning. And they would get rid of every speck of dirt and sand and grain, everything. And then they would clean it a second time. That's how thorough Lord Chaitanya's cleansing was. Every little bit of even grain of dirt was taken out of the temple. And then hundreds of buckets of water would be drawn. And hundreds of devotees would come and they would wash the floor, the walls, the ceiling. And there would be so much water, it would be like rivers coming out. And Lord Chaitanya would use his own clothes to clean and mop the Lord's asan, where the Lord would sit. And Lord Chaitanya was in so much ecstasy, thinking of Krishna, that tears would come out of his eyes, and he would clean with his own tears. And there was no talking. Hundreds of devotees were coming and going with buckets, And sometimes in their enthusiasm, they would collide. But there was no talking. If you wanted to indicate something, Hare Krishna. No, Hare Krishna. That's how you got anybody, Hare Krishna. You would indicate what you wanted, but all you said was, what? Come on, that's not everybody. Very good. That was the code word, Hare Krishna. And after the temple was cleaned thoroughly, everybody's heartfelt cleansed themselves, because that's the secret of bhakti. Prabhupada used to tell us, I'm asking now, do not our deities look resplendent? Yes? Yes. And Prabhupada used to tell us that when you dress the deity, clean the deity, you yourself become beautiful. You yourself become nice, because Krishna reciprocates. We learned that from Bhagavad Gita. As you surrender and serve Krishna, Krishna reciprocates with you. And well, we're going to hear about it, because I'm going to read Prabhupada's purport. Helped us to understand the meaning of this cleansing of the Gundicha temple. But the principle is that by serving Krishna, he reciprocates by cleansing your heart. I want everybody to chant the Maha Mantra one time.